The lightning event of all lightning events that blacks out the whole world. Maybe the same event as the greatest earthquake ever mentioned, the great staggering in the book of Isaiah, that makes the earth reel to and fro like a drunkard. Is this the rapture? In my reverse rapture video, you see it's clear that the wicked will actually get rounded up. But what is the rapture / harpazo in Greek? It's used in a few other places in the New Testament. It means to snatch away. It's what happened to Philip, being caught up, being caught away. And also in Revelation 12, in this astrological imagination, a woman gives birth to a son who is then caught up after being pursued by the devil. Paul talks about this catching away and an instantaneous transformation. God's presence is always associated with lightning, as is the power of gods in general. Whoever controls lightning / electricity, El, controls the world. Whoever has the most technology controls the world. Heaven, the ultimate breakaway civilization with spiritual technology we don't understand. Also back to the earthquake concept, earthquakes and angels, and there always being earthquake lights, which are probably angels, right before earthquakes happen. Also, just like there's different types of water that I've covered, there's different types of lightning. We're going to come back to that in a minute. God's voice is always associated with a few things like many waters, cherubim wings, thunder, the blowing of shofars, and other things. So when God speaks, thunder is one of the things you hear. There's also a fascinating mystery in Revelation about the 7 thunders who speak something that you're not allowed to know. John is instructed not to write down the mystery of the 7 thunders and what they say. Does this mystery have to do with the rapture mystery? Both are classified as mysteries in the Bible. Also, the rapture or the harpazo happens at the last trumpet. Remember, the trumpet is one of the things that God's voice sounds like. Patterns starting to build. Also, the angels blow these trumpets in the book of Revelation. This lightning event blacking out the world is a fascinating thought. Cool way to understand this, if you understand lightning, even with the Tartarian energy harvesting, you see with the buildings, you see leaders and streamers. You see upward electron-charged particles that then attach and make a strong connection with some of the lightning that's coming down. And when a connection makes, other things happen that I'm going to tell you in a minute. But basically, lightning is a mystery to scientists, and they really don't know a lot about it at all, and they claim to know more about stars exploding than lightning. Lots of mysteries with lightning. But basically, the atmosphere is actually ripping. There's like a separating of a veil. The lightning actually rips through the air. So those with the positive charge, like the streamers, are going to connect with the leaders as like a rapture, shadow and type sort of as a metaphor. Great lightning event that will probably black out the whole world. In Greek, you see the word atomos in relation to the rapture, and I just told you that lightning rips apart the atomic structure of the sky, and Paul says that we'll be atomically changed, really at the atomic level, talking about being changed from corruptible to incorruptible and putting on the glorified body. In an instant, in the twinkling of an eye, which is a lightning flash is faster than the twinkling of an eye. And like I alluded to earlier, when a really powerful connection happens, sprites happen, a really cool atmospheric phenomenon. Check it out. There also can be about 60 miles wide and 60 miles high. These jellyfish sprites look like they could be sentient beings. Also in a rabbit hole, they're trying to reproduce this in a lab. Check out this sprite in a bottle clip, which they're referring to like it's an actual entity. Maybe it is.
Oh, that's neat. I like that. Nice flat discs.
The sprites are very much alive, and as you can see, the patterns in the tube are very much alive, moving and writhing around and very unsteady. Oh, that's nice. Look at that.
The bottle lets Williams look deep inside the hidden world of sprites.
I've never seen that one before.
And discover there may be even stranger phenomena waiting to be found.
Interesting how they're referred to as different species. And what we really don't know, all these mysteries, even admitted mysteries about lightning, and what Enoch taught about these divine, celestial, sentient beings and luminaries who have jobs. Even the wind is sentient, so lightning makes sense being associated with God and supernatural events all over the world might be sentient, especially the different types of lightning, which there's more too, like elves. And then above elves are halo bursts that can be 250 miles wide, which are super rare. All these upper atmospheric phenomenon are there upper atmospheric creatures, just like they're deep sea creatures we probably don't know about. Are some of these red sprites, elves, halo bursts, blue jets, all manifestation of sentient beings with jobs? Maybe. Or part of the technology that keeps this whole grid and the firmament operational. Definite interaction with the grid below here on Earth. Also the idea that there's lots of creatures that don't look like humans or animals, they're just energetic creatures of energy, like plasmoids. Possibly some of the same things we're seeing in the sky now. Even other types of things like sentient ball lightning or other orb mysteries that have to do with electricity, plasma, electromagnetic fields, etc. Awesome sort of ripping the veil in the spirit realm possibly. Also, speaking of scientists not knowing the mystery of lightning, there's a mystery source of it all that they can't find that they call the finger, the source of it all that makes it happen. By the way, light is always encoded with information. Check out Job 28 and 38 in reference to lightning and God. It says that God makes a path for the lightning. It even says the lightning bolts report to him. It says he sends lightning bolts on their way and they'll report to him saying, "Here I am." Again, this entire ancient association with God or gods or the highest power being associated with controlling electricity, lightning this power. Also, probably the same power that resurrected Jesus from the dead and turned his hair white. Aside from John not being allowed to write what the seven thunders said that I mentioned earlier, Paul, being given mysteries, was also instructed not to write certain things that he said was too sacred to utter. And even Daniel was told to seal some things up till the time of the end. Lots of secret things going on up there that we're not allowed to know or will be revealed in time. A lot of things that happen in the sky have meaning for things down here on Earth. Astrology tries to get into this, but in my opinion, they have it all wrong. But it's clear from these ancient texts in the Bible that sky phenomena is always associated with events here on Earth, cataclysms and major events, and changes of times and ages, which we're about due for, entering the age of Aquarius. History is filled with accounts, and again, if you check these texts, you know the signs for the future blueprint of sky phenomenon, leading into a new age. One final note on if any of this lightning are spirit beings. If you look it up, one of the ultimate goals of lightning is to ground, the grounding process. It's to rip through the atmosphere of the sky and then to make it from that realm all the way to the ground, to the earth realm. That's why you have the principle of lightning rods. Obviously, protecting anyone around it, but the lightning rod would actually form that connection to help whatever these lightning, in this theory, spirits are, to then be able to transfer, connect, and make a way into the ground onto the earth realm. What are some of these huge Big Ben and other harvesting towers actually letting in? Side quest rabbit hole. In the future, we're going to be digging into this clock tower mystery. Back to the Future, harnessing the power of lightning. That's exactly what they said. Lightning powering the flux capacitor, helping them get back to the future. And then also showing these Tartarian columned style buildings with the clock tower, thinking about Big Ben and all these other energy ether harvesting buildings and technology from the past, all wrapped up into one mystery.